Okay. Where am I going? That's right. I'm going here. Hi. Konbanwan, everyone. Good morning, good evening, or good afternoon, whatever time zone you are in. Hello. And welcome to another SCP Research stream. Welcome. Hello. Hello. As you can see, I have my research outfit on, which consists of a mustache and glasses, because all researchers must have a mustache and glasses. Yes. You can find the artist for the glasses in the description, by the way. I just got the mustache from VTube Studios item list, so yeah. The intellectual look, yes. I'm looking quite smashing today. It's true, it's union mandated, yeah. It's union mandated. Alright guys, so as some of you know, I have started deep diving into some SCPs. I'm pretty new to SCPs and learning about them. So I'm planning on doing these SCP research streams once a week or once every 2 weeks. I probably won't do one next week. I might still do one. Who knows? Who knows? But for now, we are doing this. If you want to check out last week's, you absolutely can. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. I appreciate the VOD look. Yeah. You look very manly today. Thank you. Good morning. Caught a couple VODs. First time watching live. Hello. Welcome. Good afternoon, Shiki in chat. Hello. Are those glasses glued to your eyelids because they move every time you blink? I know you don't have human ears, but there's got to be a less painful way. You know, ya make do. Ya make do. Konbanwan. Hi, cat! Welcome! How do it work? What do you mean? Good afternoon, and welcome to another SCP research stream. I took some of the suggestions from both friends and also the Shiki Research Foundation tag on Twitter. So I'll be checking those out, and also we'll be asking you guys for your suggestions after we read the current queue of SCPs to go through. Michelle, thank you for the super chat. More SCP, let's go! Yeah! More SCP, let's go! Wow, looking like a fine Italiano mano, thank you. Spaghetti! Put on some reading glasses and you can read better. These are my reading glasses! I do not recognize the bodies in the water. Yeah, me either, man. Me either. Do you have a fave SCP so far? So far, it's the Patchwork Bear. So far, it's the Patchwork Bear. I don't remember his number, but he made me cry. And I looked him up again and it made me cry again. Shiki, have you looked at SCP-3008? I'm not sure. You know, I honestly should have kept a list of the ones that we have read. I should probably do that before the next stream so that we don't, you know, reread entries. So maybe I'll do that before the next time. Listening in from work, hope you enjoy. Hello, your average potato. Glad you could join. I've only watched videos about SCPs. The universe seems so cool. Yeah! Yeah! Let's see. Not the grapefruit. Oh my god. Not the grapefruit, I'm sorry. There's a horror game about slapping spaghetti. You should check that out sometime. Maybe. Okay, I got my water ready. Oh, Martha, thank you. Quick description for those unaware. SCPs are creatures, humanoids, objects, etc. that have abilities varying from helpful to, oh god, never release it into the world. Yeah, basically. Hey, Shiki, hello! Let's see. I remember when I used to read SCP content till 4 AM, lol. Yeah! I didn't realize that the SCP community was so, big. Like, I didn't know that SCPs were this, like, mainstream and popular. I thought this was, like, a very niche thing. But apparently it's very, very widespread. So, that was very, very fun to find out. Alright guys, then let's get started. We have the SCP-040/JP here. Object class is safe. Let's look at this image real quick. Looks like a little hut. SCP-040-JP is contained within a structure constructed to cover the area of the anomaly. The containment wing is under the jurisdiction of Site-8120. When inside the containment wing, personnel are advised to never look inside 040-JP. If it is needed to look inside 040-JP, it should be done through the camera and not directly with the naked eye. If it is necessary to have a direct view, it is advised to use D-Class personnel. Communication with personnel who have been exposed to SCP-040-JP is forbidden. Description: 40-JP is well located in the village of Blank in the Blank Prefecture. It is surrounded by a wooden hut measuring approximately 5 meters wide and 4 meters long. The center of the hut houses a stone well presumed to have been built in ancient times, which descends directly underground. The well is anomalously deep, and multiple probes have failed to determine its depth. Although the hut was originally locked tightly with iron chains and multiple padlocks, they have since broken due to deterioration. 040-JP was placed into containment after incident redacted in 1967. After incident 001 in 19 Blink, the following contents are prohibited for viewing without memetic countermeasures. Personnel assigned to this project must be treated with Procedure 253 Willow Ashes at Sector 8120. Ooh, I'm scared. I don't know what this will be. Let's see. When a subject looks into the cabin, they begin shaking, reporting that there was a cat. Furthermore, the person will become obsessed with the idea that the cat is here. This effect is not apparent in drawings or images. It only occurs when a person views the inside of the cabin with the naked eye. The camera image only displays the inside of the hut with no sign of the reported cats. Exposure to the object will distort the subject's perception of all domestic cat. During interviews with exposed subjects, they reported that any domestic cat seemed to look like an animal with 2 human eyes on its face without hair or other features, staring at them directly when viewed from any direction. Furthermore, the exposed subject will begin to report that the cat is constantly appearing in the darkness to observe them. There seems to be no consistency in the level of darkness required for the cat to be manifest in. It is unknown why the cat observes subjects. An illustration of the observed cat is attached below. This is the cat. Thank you. I wonder what Nia would think about this. Hi, Shiki just got here. Hi, Waffles! Wow. Is Nia lurking again? According to a survey conducted by Foundation researchers, it was determined that the location where the cat appears is influenced by the position of the subject's ocular lens or the cornea. In other words, the sightings occur statistically higher in the subject's peripheral vision. This property was demonstrated during experimentation with D-Class in 19 Blink. According to the hypothesis proposed by Redacted, it is speculated that the dark places and the large depths of the underground structure inside SCP-040-JP have a clear influence on this. Subjects exposed to SCP-040-JP will actively tell others about the idea that there is a cat. Those who have understood this idea to some extent suffer the same cognitive anomaly as the subjects who were initially exposed. It is not known whether the effects is transmitted through a general description or whether a specific trigger word exists, but it is a cat. There is a cat. There are no particular restrictions on the medium necessary to convey that idea, and it is effective even in all media such as speech, writing, images, and painting. Therefore, it is speculated that the subjects themselves are not directly affected, but carry a mimetic anomaly. Refer to document redacted. It was there. Affected subjects do not act in a suspicious manner, making it difficult to judge whether or not the subject is under the influence of the anomaly after passing through the first stage of exposure. It was a cat. Thank you. Memo. I thought that said Minnow, and I was like, Minnow? Minnow senpai? Incident on blank blank blank, a large-scale mimetic disaster occurred in Site 8120 as a result of this report. It is believed that the assigned staff and upper staff were exposed to the mimetic effect of 040-JP. At the time of submission of the report, exposed personnel were subject to amnestic treatment or termination. From this point onwards, mimetic countermeasures are to be applied to all subsequent reports. Footnotes. Mimetic countermeasures are used so that we never repeat this blunder. Please be sure to perform these procedures before submitting future reports. Thank you in advance. Oh, wow. Arnar. Oh, cat, thank you for the super chat. Oh, crap, Shiki, there is a cat. I saw it in the mirror. You believe me, right? Yeah, you're right there. You're right there, cat. There was a cat. Have you done an endless IKEA yet? Yes, we did that in the last one. Oh, I read SCP-999 in the last stream we did. Have you seen the SCP about the VCR tape of the basketball game? No, I don't think I have, actually. That was a very interesting drawing. You know what it looks like? You know that t-shirt game that you can play in Jackbox? It looks like one of those images that could be printed on a t-shirt. I hope one day I can get this on a t-shirt. This is the cat. Thank you. SCP-1048 is also a teddy bear, but it's the opposite of the other one you read. Oh, God. That sounds interesting, though. Hi! Hi, Ariel! Hi! Okay. Why is my chat not working? Hold on. Let me refresh chat. There we go. TKO. This is the cat. SCP-3000 gave me the chills. Did we? I'm pretty sure we read that one, didn't we? I'm not 100%. You should start writing this down to keep track of what you read. Yeah, I don't think it'll help if I do it on stream because I'll just forget. So I'll need to like do it after I think I should just look at the VOD and do it. But also I gotta try to edit the Outlast VOD. I need to find time because, you know, I don't know exactly when the PP showed up in the Outlast VOD, so I'd have to go through and watch the entire 5-hour stream, and I don't know when I'll have that amount of time to go through. Let's see. Have you seen SCP-4001? I'm not sure. PP hunt. Alright. What's another one? This is the cat. This one. Look at that. Look at that handsome fellow. That's a very handsome fellow right there. Look at that smile. He's ready for class picture day. That's what he's ready for. Yeah. What is this guy? Okay, let's see. SCP-1471. Let's see. All mobile devices that have SCP-1471 installed are to be confiscated and analyzed for any potential leads to other possibly affected devices. Afterwards, affected devices are to have their batteries removed, the assigned designation, and be placed in storage unit 91 at Research Site 45. All online application stores for mobile devices are to be monitored to prevent any inadvertent sales of SCP-1471. Suspected devices are to be targeted using self-uploading malware in order to disable the device until it can be seized by field agents. Description: SCP-1471 is a free 9.8 megabyte application for mobile devices named Mallow version 1.0.1 in online application stores. 1471 has no listed developer and is somehow able to bypass the application approval process to go directly to distribution. 1471 is also able to avoid removal by other program manager applications. After 1471 is installed, no icons or shortcuts are created for the application. 1471 will then begin to send the individual images through text messaging every 3 to 6 hours. Oh my god, it's Mystic Messenger! All images will contain SCP-1471-A either within the background or foreground. 1471-A appears as a large humanoid figure with a canid-like skull and black hair. During the first 24 hours following the installation of 1471, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations commonly frequented by the individual. After 48 hours, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations that were recently visited by the individual. After 72 hours, the mobile device will receive images of the individual in real time with SCP-1471-A appearing within close proximity to the subject. Individuals with 90 hours of exposure to these continuous images will begin to briefly visualize 1471-A within their peripheral vision. Reflective surfaces, or a combination of the two, continued exposure to SCP-1471 after this point will cause irreversible and sustained visualizations of 1471-A. Individuals at this stage have reported periodic attempts made by 1471-A to visually communicate with them, but fail to understand or comprehend these actions. Currently, the only known treatment to reverse 1471's effects is to eliminate the individual's visual exposure to those images prior to 90 hours after installation. To date, no apparent hostile activity has been reported regarding 1471-A. Hi Noah! Thank you for the super chat! Hi again, Shiki. Just curious if you went and watched any of the vids you got suggested last time on your own. Also, 3,300 for spooks, that is all. I have not had very much time lately. Besides, like, the gorilla times, I haven't had time to, like, sit down and, like, watch a video for the most part. Lately, when I do have time, I, like, settle down with, like, a Disney show, and I keep forgetting to watch them, or I don't have the time yet. I need to find a day where I just indulge in SCP, like, media. I really need to. I really should. I still need to watch Wendigoon's SCP Iceberg. I've had that in my watch later for the longest time. It's so hard to get through my YouTube watch later for some reason. It's really, really hard. Dave the Barbarian binge. No, I really have been watching Dave the Barbarian and Hercules and The Emperor's New School. I've been watching Kim Possible. I've been watching everything on Disney Plus, pretty much. Alright. Let's see. Level 2 access required. For blank, never settle for those awkward feelings of being alone ever again. Mallow is an exciting and interactive experience that will keep you engaged and intrigued. The anxiety of social situations can be nerve-wracking, but after just a few hours of Mallow, you will soon forget all about those painful emotions of disappointment. Be part of the new craze that is quickly becoming the next social substitute. Remember, the more you participate, the more Mallow will engage you. Your experience is completely up to you. Absolutely no ads. Enjoy. Wait, I'm scared. What is this? I was scared when I first saw him. It happened just as you told me. The messages, the pictures, seeing him around every corner afterwards. I was so young. Who would have lost it? William sighed. By then, he was over the creature following him. It wasn't like it was going to go away no matter how much he begged or pleaded or attempted to bribe. He knew that the best and only solution would be to just get used to Capone being there. At least he had the solace of knowing he wasn't going insane. Believe me, William, I know many people have reacted the same way. Fear is a more common reaction to the unknown than you think. Dr. Laura Brains consoled him. These cases weren't exactly common, but they were commonly known. It's not even that I'm afraid of him anymore. I mean, he makes me jump when I see him in the morning. I don't think I'll ever get used to that. It's just the bad connotations he has, William rebutted. I know that he does, but it happened 2 years ago. I know it's hard for you, especially with your shadow, but you need to carry on, Dr. Brain stated. William just sighed as she continued. Our session is almost up. We made some real progress, William. I want you to do something for me when you get home. You have any homework or anything? I did it all on my break. Good. When you get home, I want you to think back to your first experience and write as much as you feel comfortable sharing. Is that alright? Yeah. Thanks for seeing me. It wasn't too long a drive from the doctor's office to home. 5, possibly 10 minutes if there was a train. He always saw the creature through the rearview mirror when he drove. Riding in the back seat, it looked innocent, in its own alien way, waving to William as he saw it. Despite everything, William found himself talking to it like one would talk to a dog or a cat about their day when they're alone. It seemed to listen when he talked, and after a while, he could swear that it understood. It's hard to tell with a face like that, so all there were to go by were various head tilts and waves, and even then, he had to teach it how to wave. At least I know you're interested. Drop the backpack near the door, go to the patio, wave to Capone from the mirror, fridge, drink, chair, crash. William's afternoon routine was more clockwork than it should be. He thought back to his session with Dr. Brains. She wanted me to try and recapture the experience when I first saw him, huh? William mumbled as he grabbed a few sheets of paper and a pen. Bit by bit, he pieced together the sequence of events that led up to this point. I've had Capone with me ever since I was 15 years old. I remember that my 20-year-old sister, Sarah, brought up an... Oh, Sarah? from PRISM Project Generation 3. Okay, let's see. Brought up an app that she downloaded earlier at the dinner table. One night, she had no idea how it does it, but hazarded a guess that it tracks you through your phone's GPS, and it sends you pictures of places you've been with a really cute monster placed in the photo to make it look like it's following you. Generation 3, I'm in Generation 4. I'm so dumb. My brain cannot process the generations. I'm sorry, guys. No. I'm stupid, okay. My brain isn't working. I woke up at 11 p.m. It didn't seem that weird. I recall that Google Maps could get a decent ground photo at the time, so just add Photoshop to that and you'd have a gimmick. Plus, we knew it couldn't be a virus. The App Store checks every app for things like that before peddling it. The only thing I found legitimately off about it at the time was that it was both free and ad list. Ad list. Her this is so long. Oh my god. Her explanation of it sounded pretty cool to me, so I asked Sarah to help me download it on my phone. She told me that while my old, I can't read, my eyes, old hand-me-down flip phone did have something like an app store, it most likely didn't have Mallow. It didn't stop her from looking, though. Sarah was a good sister. She really could have told me just get out. Hold on. My glasses are dirty. Okay, there we go. She really could have told me to just get out of her hair, but she always took time out of her day for me, packing my lunch, playing with me, bringing me to R-rated movies that I was clearly too young for. I was lucky to have her as a legal guardian when our parents were away. I was too young to process it all when it happened, but my mom and dad died from a head-on collision with a drunk driver. Sarah took care of me as my legal guardian up until I moved out for college. God knows where I'd be if she didn't. After some prodding, she found the app, which was a surprise to the both of us. It was obvious that my phone didn't have any kind of GPS, but neither of us had even thought about it until much, much later. Soon enough, I received my first picture. I'll never understand the way Sarah saw the world, if that was her idea of cute. The photo was taken in my school's courtyard with a creature I'd soon call Capone, sitting on one of the benches. You could barely see him, but there he was, covered in his black matted fur with his knife-like claws, a set of blank pure white eyes, and that face, which was merely a skull belonging to some kind of large beast, looking directly at us with large wolfish grin. With that large wolfish grin. Am I gonna sneeze? I might sneeze. Oh, sorry. I gave the phone back to Sarah, telling her how terrifying it was and that I didn't want the messages anymore. She just jokingly punched my shoulder, saying, "Oh, don't be such a baby. It is too cute. Look how happy he is to meet you." I looked back at his face, his wide grin specifically. I have to admit, I laughed at that. It was just the sheer wrongness of that statement that made me listen to the next. Thank you for the bless yous. I'm sure he'll grow on you eventually. Tell you what, if you can put up with him for one whole week, we'll go see that movie you wanted to see. If he still gives you nightmares, we'll delete it. If you end up liking it, we'll laugh about it later. Deal? I looked at the picture again. It appeared that getting a photo every now and then was the extent this was going to go, and looking at it in hindsight, I probably would have kept it on for the next to nothing if she really wanted me to, so I agreed. Sarah was ecstatic up after that and assured me that I wouldn't regret it while showing me some of her own pictures. She only had 3 so far, one at her office, one at the park, and another on the road we lived on. Each picture containing her own clearly visible entity. I must have looked nervous or something because she suggested that I name mine like she did with her Cassandra. I thought about it for a bit. Let me make something clear though, because it seems to come up whenever I tell people this. I did not name my Mallow Capone. Because of the incident with my parents, I didn't even know that Mom and Dad's arrest involved alcohol at the time. I named him after a history lesson I found amusing in school where people's fears got the best of them. And as my teacher put it, it ended up doing more harm than good. It was intended as a reminder that I shouldn't be making the same mistake. I saw a bit of light in this whole thing after giving it a mock title and thought it wasn't going to be that bad. I went to bed and my normal life went on for just a little while longer. I continued to get pictures of Capone for a while, following me at school, the bus stop, my street, virtually everywhere I went. It wasn't until the 3rd or 4th day when I got called in from class. I was thinking that I was in trouble for something even if I didn't know what. But as soon as I saw Sarah, that feeling was stifled. She looked very shaken. The instant she saw me, she immediately yanked my arm and brought me to the car. She was not looking good at all. She kept asking questions about Capone, things like if I saw him or if I received any photos from him with me in the images. I haven't checked anything for today, but when I checked, there were 2. I remembered exactly when and where those messages were taken, because during them I made a mental note that I got some texts from Capone. They'd been sent as soon as they'd been taken. Sarah knew that we were being pursued by something. She probably had no idea by what they were, and I knew she had no idea how they were doing it. But she knew that they knew where we lived. She couldn't figure out how to delete it. She said she tried everything, but couldn't find a way to get it off. She couldn't even find where the app went. Ooh, spicy. I'm not even sure what we were planning to do, but before we could even fully plan a course of action, I got another text. Sarah froze and stared at me as if to say, don't look at it. If I didn't, I could have had a semi-normal life right now. It would have been over the news. It would have been over the news within the week and we would have known. But I did it. I opened the phone, and there we were, just sitting there with that fear-stricken look on our face. The photo was clearly taken from the hood of the moving car, giving us a clear view of what was behind us. He took up most of the back seat and towered over me. We both turned around, preparing to scream at the monstrosity behind us, but when we did, the seat was empty. We didn't know what was happening, or what to make of it, but we felt that the only thing to do was run away, abandoning the car. We hastily ditched the car, ran the rest of the way to the apartment, and locked the door behind us. We locked ourselves in the bathroom and waited. We just stayed there even when we got a message from Cassandra or Capone. Sarah would scream at them, asking why they were following us and begged for us to be left alone. We felt helpless against them. All we felt we could do was just sit in the bathroom and hope they would go away. The room felt like our only safe haven until we were exposed to them for too long. Sarah started to panic, saying that she kept seeing one of them behind her. I wasn't seeing it though. I was more concerned about trying to calm her down by telling her that maybe they weren't really there than I was about seeing Capone in the mirror. I convinced Sarah that we needed to leave the room out of necessity. We couldn't stay in the apartment forever, and if they wanted to get us, they would have done so already. We called the police, and here we are. We both got help, but I was the lucky one. Everyone's case was different in terms of interaction, but for me, Capone was always in a mirror, or some reflective thing large enough to show him. He was predictable, and I could find ways to block him out when I needed it. I learned how to expect Capone, and after a while, he kind of grew on me. I used to have a makeshift curtain that I would pull over the mirrors when I didn't want to see him, but I started using that curtain less and less as time went on. Capone always seemed to try and interact with me, even if I didn't understand what he was trying to say most of the time. I started to greet Capone with a casual wave as I passed by him from the living room mirror. And eventually, he started to wave back. Aw! He kind of became a constant companion to me, and I just adjusted to Capone just as he adjusted to me. My case wasn't as severe as Sarah's. She saw Cassandra everywhere she looked, around every corner, just out of sight, over her while she slept. Sarah took her own life 2 years ago. Oh. I wanted to blame the Mallows for it, but I can't. Following the person who looks at their messages is just what they do. Now every time I see Capone, I'm reminded of what I did in the car that day. I knew I shouldn't have picked up that text. If I didn't, she would still be here. No! No, that's so sad! What the heck? It was almost 4 hours since William started writing, but he almost felt relieved. He's never actually told anyone about this in much... He's never told anyone about this in such detail before. The majority of what happened was kept between himself and Capone. He looked up to the creature in the mirror from across the room for a few seconds as it gave the old familiar wave. William was silent for a minute, staring at Capone, and then back to his papers. He felt the need to make one last point. But then again, how would I have known? I don't know who made the Mallows or why. I don't even know if anyone actually made the app. Many things like it have been created naturally or have been given some kind of anomaly out of sheer chance. It would make so much sense if some physical thing was to blame, but there's none that I can legitimately find. None on the Mallows, and none on me. Just on chance. What the fuck? John! Why? This is sad! I didn't like this one! He looks like such a friend! He looks like just such a little friend, though. Look at him! He's a little friend! He's a little friend! He's a little friend. Oh, the biggest saddest loser, thank you for the super chat. I like SCP-426. Don't think we did that one. Oh, I don't think we did that one either. I will keep that in mind after we go through our current queue. It was happy for a moment. For a moment! For a moment. Oh my god. Man, this is sad. He looks like such a friend. Look at him. He's a friend. Wait, I actually have 426 open. The biggest saddest loser. See, I have it open. So we'll read that one next. Oh, John, thank you for the super chat. In my defense, I didn't think you would read the logs and was thinking of telling you to not read it since it was sad. Oh, no! Alright, we're gonna read 426. Also, Kat, I just realized that you Streamlabs donoed. I'll grab you all the SCP you've done on stream and tag you in a tweet later so you can relax. Aw, Kat, thank you! Thank you, Kat! Alright, let's see. Hold on, I'm gonna take a big sippy of water because my throat is so dry. Okay, we are SCP-426. Special containment procedures. I am to be sealed in a chamber with no windows through which I may be viewed. The door to my chamber must have a label completely unrelated to my designation or identity in order to prevent unintended spread of my primary effect. Only level 3 and above personnel are to know of my presence and particularly of my properties. Assigned personnel are to be rotated out on a monthly basis to prevent contamination by my secondary effect. Psychiatric evaluation is mandatory at the end of the month. If personnel are deemed unaffected, they may be reassigned to me no less than 4 months after their last rotation with me. Any affected personnel are to be given a Class C amnestic and transferred to a different site. I see. Okay, let's see. Description. Hello, I am SCP-426. I must be introduced this way in order to prevent ambiguity. I am an ordinary toaster, able to toast bread when supplied with electricity. However, when any human being mentions me, they inadvertently refer to me in the first person. Despite all attempts, there is yet to be a way to speak or write about me in the third person. When in my continuous presence for over 2 months, individuals begin to identify themselves as a toaster. Unless forcibly restrained, these people will ultimately harm themselves in their attempt to emulate my standard functions. I see. Interesting. I was discovered in the home of the Blank family after the gruesome deaths of 3 of its members. I have been given to the younger Mr. and Mrs. Blank as a wedding gift. No card or any other identifying markings have been found on my box. Approximately 2 months after the family received me, fire crews were dispatched to the home due to an electrical fire. The younger Miss Blank died from the electric discharge that she had caused when attempting to devour an electric socket. The other 2 victims had died shortly before the fire occurred. The elder Miss Blank had gorged herself with nearly 10 kilograms of bread before her stomach burst and she died of internal bleeding. The younger Mr. Blank died of severe blood loss after attempting redacted with me. Redacted?! I didn't know that toasters mate. The sole survivor was the elder Mr. Blank, who was suffering from severe malnutrition. He stated that he had inserted some bread a week prior and was still waiting for the toast to pop out. I see. Oh my god. I was confiscated by the Foundation after police noted my unusual properties. A Class C amnestic was administered to the affected officers. What the fuck? Hey yo, what is going on? Well, where do you think the small toasters come from? Oh my god. Alright, let's look at the experiment log. I was asked to describe what he believed was contained in my chamber. He was not informed about my identity or properties. He stated, I'm probably some huge monster holed up in there. That's what you guys have all over the place, right? I remained oblivious to his use of the first person pronouns. 4262 was placed in my chamber and given regular meals through a dispenser. No communication with 4262 was permitted. Multiple cameras were situated in the chamber position so that I was outside of their field of vision. But allowing constant observation of 4262, we remained sealed until my secondary effect manifested in the subject. I was bolted to the floor so that I could not be moved into a camera's view. After 45 days of isolation, 4262 wrapped his arms around me and began conversing with me, stating that we were brothers. 4262 never deviated from using the first person plural when speaking with me. Subject was terminated 1 hour after this event. It is theorized that the isolation accelerated the progression of my secondary effect. Wow. Wow. Press 1 if you're a toaster. Let's see. 4263, a screw was removed from me and shown to 4263, who was asked to describe it. 4263 was not informed about my identity or properties. 4263 referred to it as my screw. Consistent with experiment 4261, the subject was oblivious of his use of the first person in his description. This suggests that even if I were destroyed, my effects would still be inherent in my remains. And then 4264. 4264 was placed in isolation in a cell adjacent to my chamber to be observed until my secondary effects manifested. 4264 was terminated 90 days after the start of the experiment. Thank God there are some limits to my effects. A lot of us were really starting to get worried about me. Dr. Blank. What? Oh my God. I'm still thinking about this. He redacted a toaster. The saddest part is that the toaster seems to be just as scared as the rest of us. He never wanted this life. Oh, yeah, no, that is actually kind of sad. That is kind of sad. Poor Mr. Toaster. Oh my God. Have you guys seen The Brave Little Toaster? I cry every time I watch that movie. Any Brave Little Toaster movie, I cry. I love The Brave Little Toaster. I love it so much. The blankie from The Brave Little Toaster! Now I want to watch The Brave Little Toaster. Give me my childhood back! Why? Why? Watch along stream. Maybe we will. I still gotta do all the Big Mama's House stream, like the watch along for those movies. I promise. The Biggest Saddest Loser. That is one brave little toaster though. That's what I'm saying. Will that be before or after old? After. I had to prioritize the old watch along. God. Oh God, you remember that? Yeah, I never forgot. I'm still planning it. I just gotta find time. The songs in Brave Little Toaster were all bangers. No, for real. The Dark Little Toaster. Alright, we're at SCP-1170. Okay. Due to incorporeal nature of SCP-1172, it cannot be moved to a safe distance from local residents. Have you seen Tusk? I sure have! As such, Area 1170 has been built around 1171. The entire apartment complex has been blocked up. However, due to its rather public location, Foundation personnel are required to maintain disguises when in view. Shift changes for guards stationed at Area 1170 occur every 3 hours. No personnel are to enter SCP-1171, except in special cases, under any circumstances. 1171 is a windowless bedroom located on the second floor of apartment number 21 in the Blank apartment complex, Blank, British Columbia. The room measures, I don't know the measurements, with hardwood floors and concrete walls. It appears empty on all security footage. The room cannot be illuminated by visible light, excluding the built-in light fixture. As SCP-1171 seems to absorb all visible wavelengths, the interior of the room appears pitch black when viewed without specialized equipment. A light outside the visible spectrum appears to encounter no resistance from SCP-1171, allowing use of infrared and night vision cameras. All light with the wavelength shorter than 1 meter is in some way affected by 1171. It is not known whether radio waves were also manipulated. Audio recording devices have been shown to be at least partially functional. I see. 1171's active anomalous properties are triggered upon activation of the room's built-in light fixture. Located approximately 0.75 meters from the door on the west-facing wall, subjects present when this light is on claim that the bedside lamps in the room activate. Although security footage shows no change in luminescence and infrared cameras do not detect any heat source other than the subjects. In addition, subjects describe the room as having a bed, a fireplace, 2 bedside tables, blank, and 2 lamps, none of which appear in security footage. It is theorized that this effect may be purely psychic in nature. Okay. If a bedroom has no windows, that is not a bedroom, that is solitary confinement. Approximately 1 minute and 30 seconds after the light fixture is activated, an entity, hereafter SCP-1172, appears on night vision cameras, though only barely, as wavelengths emitted are only up to 10 meters in length. 1172's anatomy is apparently humanoid except for its inverted joints. Footage taken shows no interaction between the subject and SCP-1172. At some point between 2 seconds and 40 minutes after SCP-1172 appears, both it and any foreign objects in the room, including cameras, external lights, and test subjects, vanish. 1172 is visible only to human subjects who have been present in 1171 for the entirety of the time between the most recent activation of the light fixture and subsequent appearance of 1172. Exiting the room is not recommended while SCP-1172 is present in the room as data expunged. It is unclear whether or not SCP-1172 physically exists or is simply a near-infrared illusion produced by SCP-1171. Subject in... hold on, I need a moment. I'm slurring out my words. Okay. Brah. Brah. Subjects inside 1171 are seen to converse with a partner while 1172 is present. The content of these conversations suggest that they are in fact speaking with 1172. Furthermore, the sudden emotional changes experienced any subjects conversing with the entity suggest that 1172 may have a mimetic effect. 1172 has avoided all direct questions about any subjects unrelated to love and romantic partnership. Objects occasionally appear at random in SCP-1171. Most are mundane and have no apparent anomalous properties. However, there have been several instances of blood appearing on the walls, roof, and floor of the room. Genetic testing revealed it to belong to Class D personnel who had disappeared along with 1172. Fecal matter, semen, saliva, and data expunged have also been recovered, all consistent with previous test subjects. Transcript of audio log. What is this? Oh my god, what the fuck is that? What is that? Please don't be scared, I only came here for you. Wait, what? For me? I'm a criminal. What do you want with me? I want to love you. We can be together. Are you even a chick? I'm not into that other thing. I'm not sure what a chick is, but I can assure you that our love will fit well. Dude, this is fucking weird. Oh, God, I just... We can do it. This is where we can live. No barren residence filled with ungratefuls. Don't appreciate you. I want to love you. I want... Sobbing! I love you. Sobbing continues. Kneels beside 1172. I need you. Less than 4 seconds after the conclusion of this audio log, 1172 and D20192 simultaneously disappeared from the room. What? What went on? What? What went on? Oh my god. Ghost is down bad. SCGS. Ayo. Nice. I'm pretty sure they went to the Love Hotel in the 5th dimension, really popular for new couples. I see. I see. Sounds like someone became a meal. Oh, Greg, thank you for the super chat. SCP must be hell to work at, but the pay, benefits, and life insurance must be top notch. Man, I guess. Where's the SCP that'll give you the best? Oh my god, he fulfilled the D-class role in a different way. Oh wow. You're slurring a lot today, Shiki. Yeah, I'm pretty tired. Oh man. I got like 4 hours of sleep and I've been up since 11 p.m. It is currently, it's almost 2 p.m. now. I'm going through it. Did you not sleep later? I tried. I did not succeed. I did not succeed. Bah. Giving that D class some S class service. I muted. What was the last thing you heard me say? What was the last thing you heard me say before I muted? Also, Yinwei, thank you for being a member for 6 months. SCP-1171 is pretty good and short. Oh, okay. I'm not sure if we read that one, but we'll see if we can get to it. Say what? S-class service. Oh, that was the last thing I said? For real? I was talking about my sleep schedule. I was basically just saying that, yeah, I woke up at 11 p.m. I have a very long, convoluted way of fixing my sleep schedule. So, typically, the way that the sleep schedule gets fucked up in the first place is that anxiety keeps me awake. And so, eventually, I go from waking up in the morning, to noon, to the early afternoon, to the late afternoon, to the evening. And then when I hit the evening part, when I hit the evening point, I'm like, okay, let's try to stay up as long as possible today. And usually I can stay up until like 11 a.m. And then I will sleep until like 8 or 9 p.m. And then I'll be like, okay, I can stay up until like between 3 to 6 p.m. And then I'll start waking up in the middle of the night between 11 p.m. and 3 a.m. And then I eventually go to bed at like 8 or 9 p.m. and wake up at 4 or 5 a.m., which I'm pretty satisfied with. I feel like I can live a good life that way. I actually prefer waking up at 5 a.m. And then eventually it gets a little bit later every day until eventually I end up fucking it up again. And then, you know, it's like several weeks at a time is how it goes, usually. It's how I've always had to fix it. It's always how I've had to fix it. Basically. I will fix it one day. I really like being awake in the morning, if I can be. It feels very fulfilling. I feel like I can get much more done when I am awake in the morning, even if I woke up in the middle of the night. You know? But yeah, it eventually fixes itself. I'm sure that by next week I will have a good schedule again. And tomorrow is the last stream of the week, so I should be able to have a few days to myself to, like, sort that out. Who knows? I'll probably gorilla if I have to. No. No gorillas. No more gorillas. I need to do other stuff at home. I need to clean, and I need to go out and run errands, and I need to watch all the videos in my watch later. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Oh, I got sidetracked. 3 streams yesterday was a bit overkill, yeah. Yes, I have stuff to do. I think I might get my eyebrows waxed this weekend. Haven't had a good eyebrow wax in a while. Alright. Oh, my friend sent me this. I don't think I'll read every single bit, but this is SCP-294. There are no standard special containment procedures on file for item 294. However, only personnel of security clearance level 2 or higher are allowed to interact with it. See document SCP-294-A. SCP-294 is currently being stored in the second floor personnel break room and is monitored by 2 guards of security clearance level 3 at all times. SCP-294 appears to be a standard coffee vending machine. The only noticeable difference being an entry touchpad with buttons corresponding to an English QWERTY keyboard. Upon depositing 50 cents US currency into the coin slot, the user is prompted to enter the name of any liquid using the touchpad. Upon doing so, a standard 12-ounce paper drinking cup is placed and the liquid indicated is poured. 97 initial test runs were performed, including requests for water, coffee, beer, and soda. Non-consumable liquids such as sulfuric acid, wiper fluid, and motor oil, as well as substances that do not usually exist in liquid state, such as nitrogen, iron, and glass. And each one returned to success. Test runs with solid materials such as diamonds have failed. However, as it appears, 294 can only deliver substances that can exist in a liquid state. Yeah. Bye, Angel Powers! Thank you for coming! Want anime girl sweat? Minecraft bee honey? The very blood of Jesus himself? This SCP can do it. 1 cup of Shiki, please, no! Love me some liquid glass. Yeah, it's the perfect vending machine, I guess. Let's see. It is of note that after approximately 50 uses, the machine would not respond to further requests. After a period of approximately 90 minutes, the machine seems to have restocked itself. It is also interesting to note that many caustic liquids that wouldn't have eaten through a normal paper cup seem to have no effect on the cups dispensed by the machine. Testing is ongoing. As suggested, 294 was moved to the second floor personnel break room as a money-saving venture. Following incident 29401, guards were stationed at the item and a security clearance became necessary to interact with it. To obtain coffee during his allotted break time, at the request of Agent Blank to see what it would do, requested a cup of Joe from the item. Moments after confirming the selection, Agent Joseph Blank began to sweat profusely and complained of dizziness before collapsing. After moving the unconscious agent to the infirmary, the medical team recovered the contents of the cup dispensed by item SCP-294, a combination of blood tissue and other bodily fluids. Testing revealed the DNA sequence of the biological material dispensed by SCP-294 matched that of Agent Blank. That's right. He got a cup of Joe Mama. Hi, Leon! Hold on, Leon. I need to... Hold on. Hold on. Give me a sec. I'm gonna mod you. Let me mod you. Hold on. I gotta wait for my chat to update. Give it a second. It takes like a whole minute. Add moderator. There we go. We're good. Okay, where was I? There we go. Now I can ban everyone that asks for Shiki juice. You can. Let's see. Agent Blank made a complete recovery after 4 weeks of rest and intravenous hydration. X-rays and CAT scans showed no further signs of injury, and Blank was released. Both agents were reprimanded. Additional security measures of SCP-294 have been recommended. After reviewing documentation on SCP-294, Blank suggested testing 294's ability to retrieve specific liquids from a distance. Sorry. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Sorry about that. I got one of those sudden pains. Okay, let's see. A cup of 75 secretion was used as input. What? The liquid was not found in the post-incident investigation. The butt cheek pain? No, it's the ovary pain. Let's see. Cup of gold. The machine dispensed a cup of molten gold. Wow. Cup of anti-water. The machine hummed briefly, didn't display it out of range on the entry pad. I see. Request for diamond. Briefly hummed and displayed out of range. Okay. Testing for range. A unique compound has been formulated composed of undisclosed ratios of blank brand bleach. I see. Researcher Blank, under observation of level 4 personnel, keyed in a request of the best drink I've ever had. Dispensed a fluid similar in appearance to cola. The researcher identified it as a mixed drink he recalls having at a bar during his bachelor party and was convinced it was the best drink. Blank did not know what ingredients were in the drink besides rum and cola. Aw. Yo, a rum and coke would slap right about now. Rum and coke would slam. Let's see. The best drink I ever had delivered a dark fluid topped with white foam, which was later identified as Vienna Lager. The cup was printed with a colored picture of 5 men and 2 women drinking beer on the beach. Blank was one of them. In his briefing, Agent Blank confirmed that his favorite drink ever was a Vienna Lager he consumed at the beach with his friends. Okay. Alright, I gotta head out now, Shiki. I'll have that list for you in a day or two, I think, since I needed to rewatch first one as well. Thank you, Kat! Thank you! Have a good rest of your day! The perfect drink, containing an odorless lavender liquid. After drinking the liquid, the subject appeared to go into shock. What? What? This is sad. Why? That's just sad. That's so sad. Subject keyed in something Cassie will like. The device was heard to hum for about 3 seconds before dispensing an empty cup. Printed on the side of the cup was an image of a traditional soda fountain glass filled with something brown and topped with whipped cream. Upon introduction to 85, it was identified by her as a chocolate banana milkshake and judged delicious. I see. Huh. A cup of music produced a clear, sparkling fluid that tasted vaguely alcoholic. Following ingestion, the subject reported feeling and not hearing a continuous rhythm, and demonstrated the ability to move and even dance with a certain fluidity that he had not previously shown. Testing on other abstract concepts is continuing. Let's see. During a mass security breach, Agent Blank requested a cup of pertinent medical knowledge while taking shelter inside the second floor break room. Of the 4 agents in the room, Agent Blank was the only one who was not injured. 294 poured a cup of clear chlorine liquid. Following the ingestion of the substance, Agent Blank began mending the other agents' wounds in a manner consistent with Foundation medical training. Agent Blank no longer has the medical training that the liquid provided, and other attempts to recreate the effect have failed. The agent has speculated that this event was an emergency measure taken by the object to ensure self-preservation. A cup of not depressed, please. May I have a cup of serotonin? Dr. Blank requested my life story. 294 made humming noises and shook violently for approximately 3 minutes before providing a highly viscous, opaque black liquid. Upon consumption, Dr. Blank reported that he remembered everything that had ever happened to him. Following this test, Dr. Blank entered his office and returned 48 hours later with a 538-page autobiography. Yo! Yo! My man's wrote his fucking college scholarship essay. Researcher provided requests consisting solely of the phrase "surprise me." Device produced an opaque cup containing normal water, later determined to have been heated to approximately 200 degrees Celsius. Upon receiving vibration from transport, the contents of the cup turned into steam, violently spraying boiling water in a 2-meter radius. Jesus, surprise me. Researcher produced requests for blood of Christ. 294 vibrated and produced the message. Then produced a paper drinking cup containing approximately 0.12 liters of red grape wine. Wow. Oh, Total Del Taco, thank you for being a member for 6 months. Yo, some SCP stories are pretty wild. I'd ask for a couple motivation, no same. And Nightbird, thank you for the super chat. Nice, was watching the last VOD and didn't notice you started a new one. Man, this has been a blessed week. So many streams I get to witness in EU-friendly times. Yeah, I'll probably continue EU-friendly times for a while. I'm trying to fix my sleep schedule right now, so I'm having more streams in the middle of the night and in the morning time. So they're more likely. Oh my god, what happened to my voice? Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Researcher produced requests for cup of Smilodon blood, cup of passenger pigeon blood, and cup of Thomas Jefferson's blood, and received 3 out-of-range errors. D-class personnel with an IQ of 99 and low curiosity scores were given written instructions about what to request. The D-class personnel produced a request for blood of Canis lupus and received a cup of liquid subsequently identified as wolf blood. The T-class personnel next produced a request for saliva of... Anyway, horse saliva. Request urine of liquid koala urine. The D-class personnel next produced a request for... I can't read any of this shit. It is to be noted that blank went extinct during the late... Hi, Mistral! Thank you for the super chat. Am I in time for the Shiki Research Foundation? You are indeed. Dr. King produced requests for a cup of room temperature superconductor and received a cup of apple juice with seeds floating in it. What? Dr. Minshew produced requests for the cup of 151839's leukemia and received a cup of fluid. The fluid was microscopically examined and found to contain leukemic blast cells, which were genetic match to... Okay. A second request for cup of Blank's leukemia resulted in an out-of-range error. 151839 was subsequently found to be free of leukemia, however, within 15 days, the leukemia had recurred. What? So he was cured for a bit, and then it came back. Very strange. Very strange, so it could, like, cure an illness for a short amount of time. Huh. That's not so bad. It's not so bad. You're not a bad little coffee machine, little man. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at you. Look at you. That's a cute little picture it has up. I like the keyboard on it. Very interesting design. Do you think McDonald's ice cream would be out of range? Ice cream machine, bro. It did kill Joe's mama, though. Yeah. Yeah. And before you see a stutter shock watermark... Is there? I don't see one. Could I have a cup of breast milk? I mean... Could I have a cup of boiled milk? I mean soy milk. I mean soy milk. I mean soy milk. Soy milk. Interesting. I remembered. I think I was at this one. Let's see. Let's read this one, the short one first, and then this one over here as well. Okay, let's see. SCP-1689. Hey Shiki, while we're on our SCP kick, you should look up the animatic SCP Breach 33005. Just don't put it on stream. Ah! Okay. I may need to be reminded of that later. My brain is not fully functioning right now. SCP-1689 is currently under restricted access in Area Blank, medium-sized artifact storage, compartment blank. 1689 is to be stored tied shut with its mouth facing upward at all times. Access is limited to level 3 personnel with the exception of site cooking staff. I'll put it on the tag if you forget. Ah, thank you! Exploratory access to 1689A requires approval from level 4 personnel. Expeditions must be documented with a complete manifest of equipment and staff to enter. Enzymatic Compound 13 has been developed to aid in exploration of 1689A. Proposals to establish a mobile site in 1689A are currently under review. 1689 is a burlap bag of potatoes. In its stable state, 1689 weighs 40 to 50 kilograms and contains approximately 200 common agricultural potatoes made of brown, roughly woven jute. Shiki, did you manage to watch any SCP videos after stream from the first? No, I have not had the opportunity yet. I've been busy. I have so many videos on my watch later. It's crazy. I need to watch them when I have the time. I find it so hard to sit down and watch videos without other people watching them with me. And I've been spending a lot of time alone lately. So I don't have like the attention span, you know? Let's see. The interior of 1689 is vastly larger than its exterior and is designated 1689A. 1689A is a large extra-dimensional space of undetermined volume, completely filled with potatoes. Exploration of 1689A is largely incomplete due to the high degree of obstruction. For more information, please see Addendum 2, Exploration Log 1689I. When portions of SCP-1689A are empty, nearby potatoes experience an abnormal form of growth characterized by tumor-like bulges emerging and eventually splitting into full-size independent potatoes. Wow. It's like a slime. The rate of growth is roughly exponential with a doubling period of approximately 2 hours. This effect also applies to normal potatoes introduced to 1689, as well as similar edible tubers or roots such as yams and sweet potatoes, although none have been found to occur within SCP-1689 naturally. Potato bulges. Hi, Non! Hi! Addendum 1689-1. 1689 was recovered from Krisovo, a small village of approximately 200 people in northern Siberia. I don't have time to watch vids, watches and shares TikToks of twerking frogs. Okay, I have the attention span for short TikToks, not hour-long videos. Let's see. People in northern Siberia. A Russian official reported on June 2nd, 2000 blank that Krisovo had made no outside contact in 4 decades and had no surrounding farmland. The reports were confiscated and investigated by the Foundation, at which point it was discovered that the village had been using 1689 as its sole food source for well over a century. As a result, the villagers were suffering from extreme calcium and iron deficiency. No one in the village was able to recall how they had come into possession of SCP-1689, only that it had been there since before the Reds and that it was a gift for working hard. 1689 was subsequently transported to Area Blank, its current location. Currently, only one fully equipped expedition into 1689A has taken place. Authorized personnel may view the mission log of Captain Cameron Wells. $120 cubic meters of potatoes! Did you know that the word spud comes from digging with a spade to make the hole you plant them in? Carlin did, and she made sure we all did too, and then she repeated the word spud to herself all day while we were excavating. Sigh. I didn't read this as why don't they have D-Class doing this. I read that as what the dog doing. Today we decided to blow a fucking hole in the wall. Guess what was on the other side? Potatoes. My chihuahua is snoring so loudly. Damn. You really be dying. Oh wow. We're dead within the week. Death by potatoes. This is so sad. Can I get an F in the chat? Oh, hold on. One sec. Okay, guys, I feel really, really bad, but I will have to end the stream super early. I didn't expect this. I did not expect this, guys. I'm very, very sorry. I'm sorry. I do have some things that I need to attend to that I did not expect. So I will have to end this SCP research stream a bit early than I expected. I'd hope to go on for 30 minutes extra. But I will have to cut the stream here for today. I feel really bad about it. But I will see you guys tomorrow morning for Catherine. We will be starting Catherine and I'm very, very excited about it. Hopefully, maybe I can do an SCP Research Gorilla, maybe to make up for us cutting this short. Maybe. We'll see, we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm so sorry about having to cut this short for today. I had a lot of fun. We had a lot of silly ones today. We had a whole bunch of silly ones today. I'm glad that we read a bunch of silly ones. Hopefully next time we can read some more lengthy ones. But for now, I will have to depart. So thank you guys so much for coming up to the SCP stream. I had lots and lots of fun. And hopefully next time we will be able to go for much longer. I want the next one to be around 3 hours if possible. So yeah. Alright guys, I will see you tomorrow morning. Bye bye for now. Oh yeah, Shiki.